Good evening. Welcome to the Bryan County Patriot Live. I'm Joey McWilliams. Glad to be with you again tonight. We've kind of made this into a regular event, and I'm enjoying it. I'm enjoying getting to spend time with all of you, and I appreciate the time that you're spending with me. I'm thankful that you stop by and that you take a moment just to see what's going on here on the Facebook Live page, also on the Bryan County Patriot YouTube channel as well. It's a pleasure to get to visit with you and hopefully get to tell you a few things that are good that are going on in the Bryan County area. So thanks for that. God bless you. Also wanted to introduce a special guest on our broadcast tonight. That is Brent Gordon. And Brent, thanks for taking some time with us tonight and being here on the live broadcast.
Hey, thank you, Joey. I appreciate the opportunity to get on here and kind of explain a couple of things that we're going to be talking about here in just a few minutes when you're ready.
Good deal. Listen, I know that one of the things that, the main thing that we could get to talk about with you in particular, you own Gordon Funeral Home, and you are a longtime community member, been a part of the Durant and Bryan County area for a number of years. And so your business, everyone's business, has been affected by the health crisis that is going on within our country. And so just to begin with, I know that everyone has had to make adjustments. Everyone has had to make some changes. What are some of the changes that you've had to make through this whole COVID-19 issue?
Well, Joey, we take our, again, I'm Brent Gordon with Gordon Funeral Home, for those that don't know, but we take our direction from our Oklahoma Funeral Board and the National Funeral Directors Association and the OFDA as well, the Oklahoma Funeral Directors Association. And of course, as we all know, they're limiting gatherings, which a funeral is certainly a gathering that we need to be aware of when it comes to this COVID-19 thing. We want to keep people safe, but at the same time, we want to be able to give people an opportunity to see their loved one, if they so choose, and pay their respects and say their goodbyes. I feel like that's an important part of this whole process, and having a funeral is very important in the grieving process. Now, we do have, we are making some adjustments, and the largest adjustment that we're making obviously is attendance. Attendance at services, attendance in our facility, attendance for visitation and viewing. And I can tell you all about that if you're ready for that.
I'd be very interested in hearing that, because that's one portion of our society that just does not change. I mean, people are born every day, people pass every day. So please talk about that.
Not unlike the healthcare workers, we are in a business that is 24 hours a day, day and night. And, if someone does have a loved one that has passed away, obviously we're here regardless 24 hours a day. And they just call the funeral home number and we immediately respond as needed. But now the initial account was having 50 or less people at a service. And I believe that's still kind of the thing. Now we're also listening to the 10 and under attendance, and will more adhere to that 10 and under for viewing as well as for service. Now, I will say that we will still have the options still for burial and cremation. Nothing has changed about that. If your family wants a burial option, we can certainly do that. And I'll kind of go through that. If they want cremation, we can do that as well, as we always have. Now, with cremation, a lot of times we have a memorial service, and that again is where we're going to be doing some adjustment. Now, as far as viewing goes, we can still, for the burial and prior to cremation, still get the person ready, have the embalming, and have a viewing itself. But now, where the first change will be is, now, at least for our funeral home, we're going to limit a viewing time for 10 or under people in the funeral home at one time. Now, that's not to say if a family has 50 people in their family that we're not going to allow other people to be able to say their goodbyes and see their loved one. Right. We will certainly do that. What we want to do is we just want to schedule for those times throughout a day period to where 10 or under can come in They can see their loved one for a period of time, and then we'll schedule the next round to be able to come in. And that way we can accommodate, that last goodbye that I think is so important in this grieving process. So that kind of handles the viewing and visitation for how we're changing amongst the COVID-19 thing for prior to cremation, if people want to have that, or prior to a burial as well. Now, as far as having a service itself, now we can still have a casketed service with the body present, like we've kind of a traditional service is what we call that. But we will again adhere to the 10 or under amount of people in the facility at one time. Now, what we can do is we can stream the service for those that want to see that online, and that is probably our best option as far as allowing people to see the service. But I feel like for public safety, keeping it 10 and under in the building for the service itself is the best idea as far as our community's health and everything. So we will also encourage, as you I think mentioned last night, social distancing. And again, I hadn't heard that term prior to this either, so I heard you say that. Also, we'll make announcements, and we'll encourage no handshaking. And one of the difficult ones at funerals, obviously, is no hugging. We don't want a widow to be there and have 10 people and everybody be hugging her, and that kind of is something that could be dangerous to her as well until this thing kind of blows over.
And that's a real challenge for me, Brent. It really is. I mean, I know for some folks, and you've talked about the fact that, or we visited about, social distancing may not as be as big a challenge for you. It's a challenge for me.
Right.
That's
right.
just, I'm a handshaker, I'm a hugger. And especially in times like that, I mean, I will, I'd say every time I've been to a funeral, I've gone to hug somebody. And so that is something that, I know you have to talk about even going into it.
It's almost an involuntary response for those of us that are that are huggers, and handshakers. I did it again the other day, and in this business, we're used to being aware of these sorts of things and using personal protective equipment and this sort of thing. But still, you reach your hand out to shake someone's hand, and you don't think much about that. But I think it's something we need to keep at the forefront of our mind. That's why if we do have services during this time, we will be announcing, for those not to do that and be aware of that, just to be safe. So,
can I ask a question then? While you talk about that, does it make it easier? Because I know that some services you do, in-house. I know that you're prepared to be able to have something take place there at your facility on 3rd Street, but also, you do things at the Monterey as well, but some things you do outdoors. Does that make it easier or more difficult when you're doing something outdoors, maybe as a graveside?
Well, I think that's certainly an option to be able to have a graveside. But again, I think we really need to be safe and keep it that 10-person, standard, and that 10-person minimum, just to be safe. I think during this period of time, and I know that the CDC, I think they put an 8-week window initially in this thing, but until this kind of blows over in a couple of months or so, I think we really need to adhere to that, whether we have it outside or we have it in our facility, just to be safe again, Joey.
No, I completely understand. I completely understand that. And I've always liked the shorter window. I realize that 8-week period is there, and we'll abide by it. We'll do whatever's there. If you've heard anything from the federal administration on down, 15 days to slow the spread. At least we're 6 days in now.
Right.
15-day window. And if it is an 8-week window entirely with which we're working, at least we're farther along now than we were, nearly a week ago. So that's a positive. Speaking with Brent Gordon now from Gordon Funeral Home here in Bryan County, specifically in Durant. And Brent, is there anything else you're doing with these services that we might want to know?
Well, there's one more thing I just want to add, Joey, just to let people know what I want to do is, as far as a funeral home owner, I'm a local guy. Grew up here my whole life. My whole family's here. It's important to me to be able to take care of these families during this time. And what I want to do is I want to offer our facility here on 3rd Street, 221 North 3rd, for us to have these small gatherings. If people want to have a memorial service, if you have cremation and we have a memorial service, or if you want to have the casket present for a burial service, I want to offer our facility here to have these small services, and I won't charge anything for our facility at all during this period of time. I won't charge anything for the use of our facilities. I'll provide a book, and we'll make custom memorial folders. We can do a memorial video at no extra charge. And if we want to do a memorial service at a later date, if we want to do a direct burial and have a memorial service at a later date, or if we want to have cremation and a memorial service at a later date, for those folks in this window, again, I won't charge anything for our facility for the memorial service. I won't charge anything for the book, the memorial folders, and the memorial video, just to give a little bit of something back and to be able to ease a little bit of this burden. Because I know a lot of these folks, some people aren't being able to work like they could, and they may not be able to afford these things. And so I personally want to just offer that to the public if something does happen during this window of time.
This is definitely a challenging time. We are living in interesting times, and you're right. And every job, again, is affected. And one of the things, Brent, that we've talked about here on every night this week, and we'll continue to say, is every person is important, and everyone's job is important. And I know we're all affected different ways. So I appreciate that. I appreciate you reaching out, because there are folks in Durant, in Bryan County as a whole, whose jobs have been suspended.
Yes.
And still, but that doesn't take away from the circle of life at all.
And everyone deserves to be able to spend what little bit of time here at the service time, at the funeral time, and be able to honor their loved one in a meaningful way. And I want people to have that opportunity, even though we're having some of these restrictions put up on us.
I understand. Well, listen, I appreciate what you do, Brent. I appreciate you taking time to visit with us tonight, and I hope that everyone had an opportunity, those that are watching live and those who will watch this as it's replayed a little bit later on. Of course, you can see this on the Bryan County Patriot Facebook page, on the YouTube channel as well, that they'll remember that and get to reach out to you. And Brent, again, where are you located in Durant?
We're at Gordon Funeral Home at 221 North 3rd. And I've been on this corner for, I started 33 years ago in the funeral business here. And so it's, it is home. But I want to just encourage everyone and let everyone know that this is a difficult time, but it's not the most difficult time, and we will get through this period, I think.
All right. Thank you, Brent. God bless you, sir. Again, I appreciate what you do. Thank you again for taking time with us tonight.
Appreciate it, Joey. You have a good one.
Thank you, sir. That was Brent Gordon here on BCP Live, and we are continuing our live broadcast tonight. I do say thanks to Brent for stopping by. Very, very grateful for him taking time to talk about his business. We're going to be talking with some more guests coming up over the course of the next week for sure, and I believe we are going to take the Sabbath off tomorrow. So no nightly show on Sunday night. I think that, that's biblical and all, and I try to do things right if I can. So anyway, no show tomorrow night, but we will be back on some in the 9 o'clock hour on Monday. We'll be speaking, by the way, with Ronnie Walter on Monday. So another good friend. I appreciate him taking the time to be with us and talk about a couple of things that he has that I was not aware of, and I want him definitely to be able to share that with you. I want to throw this out here really quickly, Sierra. Hey, listen, I know you're not a hugger. I understand that. And everybody that's been around you knows that you're not a hugger. So that's fine. But I've still hugged anyway, just as a friendly hug, not anything bad, just to make you smile. So anyway, some of us are, some of us aren't. So, it is what it is. Thanks for watching BCP Live. Hey, we had a cool story on the Bryan County Patriot today, and it's already been posted, and we have that in print form. So it's on Bryan County Patriot, bryancountypatriot.com as Wu Yi, and I try to say that right, Wu Yi. I know it's spelled W-U, and Greg Phillips, and more got together and put together meals for seniors in our community. It was a big deal. More than 300 meals were served. So I do want to give a shout out to all those folks, all the volunteers, and they delivered, not just gave the meals to the folks who came to the door, but also delivered to people's homes and also delivered to some of the villages in this area, some retirement villages where they just took the meals to everyone, all the places, all the doors, all the rooms, all the little apartments. That is such a cool thing. That is such a blessing. What a neat thing to do. So just wanted to definitely give a shout out to all of them. Okay, we talked about this last night. Now, this is a fun thing, okay? And it should be a fun thing because I'm going to talk about something near the end of the broadcast tonight that made me smile and restore some of the faith in humanity. But this should be a fun thing. I have 4 of these. 4 of these. Who would have thought that I would ever be doing a giveaway with toilet paper? But I have 4 of these individually wrapped toilet papers that I got from toilet papers. That's the whole noun right there. Rolls of toilet paper, individually wrapped. 4. Oh, this is fun. All right. So I have 4 of these. Here's the giveaway. Okay. I can't set it up on anything. There we go. Here's the giveaway. All right. I'm going to share this screen with you right now. Okay. Put that on. Let's see. Is it showing up? It's taking a little bit to show up. It's not showing up. It should be showing up. All right. Well, there we go. How about that? Midwest Sportsnet is the sister channel to the Bryan County Patriot channel. It's part of the Emerald Quest media that we have going on here. And so here's the deal. If you'd like to be in a drawing for 4 of these individual rolls of toilet paper, subscribe to Midwest Sportsnet's YouTube channel. Shoot a screenshot of that with your name to joey@bryancountypatriot.com. A screenshot of the fact that you've subscribed to the MidwestSports.net YouTube channel, and go ahead and email that to me, joey@bryancountypatriot.com. We'll put you in the drawing for next week for a giveaway for 4 of these things and green spray. Just wanted to be a blessing to somebody. So anyway, want to have some fun with that. Okay. So, all right, here we go. Next up, I said, talked about the toilet paper giveaway. Do want to continue to remind you, by the way, don't forget about your animals. And this is a very good deal, a 40-pound bag of High Point Peak Performance dog food at Bryan Agra. A 40-pound High Point Peak Performance dog food, 40-pound bag of that, the Golden Mini Chunk, $12.99. $12.99. That is an incredible deal. You don't want to forget about your animals during this time. We have 3 dogs, 2 cats. We have a lot of animals. I have a lot of kids too, and now grandkids, and we're trying to feed everybody. And these are challenging times. These are interesting times. As we've talked about before, uncharted waters. But we're charting the daylights out of these waters now. So they're not going to be uncharted waters for long. We are going to chart these waters, and we're charting them together. Okay. Also had a story on the Bryan County Patriot today, blood drive at Walmart. I got to talk to all of these folks out there, or I think almost all the folks in the Bloodmobile. Did they call it that? The Bloodmobile? I think they used to call it the Bloodmobile. Anyway, got to talk to a lot of the folks there, including some folks who were giving blood. Shout out, Lindsay. How you doing? But also to the folks inside, and they appreciate the people of Bryan County, and they appreciate the people of Durant. We have exceeded the goal every time. Today's goal was to get 21 units. By the time I got to visit with some folks there were 25 people who were giving blood, and more folks were coming in. So we are meeting and exceeding the need when they need our help. So big shout out to all the folks here in Durant who have given blood. I didn't give blood today. I do need to give blood. I'm at a point now, I've gone my 56 days. So there you go. I'm ready to go again. Hey, thank you very much. Shout out really quickly, Susan from Texoma Engraving. Man, they do good work out there. I really appreciate her and all the folks out there at Texoma Engraving. So a shout out to you as well. Also, I said I would mention a few more people on here. Wade Hurd, good to see you. Thanks again for just being a good friend. Shout out to Pandora Norris. How are you doing? Hope you're doing well. And everything is going well for you. Jody and I and the whole family are doing well, so that is good. Shout out also to Greg and Darla Hunt. from Omnicare 365. You guys are awesome folks. So thank you all for watching as well. I appreciate that. Okay, yesterday's news. Couple more things and we'll wrap it up. Man, we're already 20 minutes in. Where did the time go? Yesterday's news. I said I would get to this yesterday. I did not. This also is a story that was posted on the Bryan County Patriot. So from the press conference, national press conference yesterday, it was announced standardized testing. So if you've been concerned about your students' standardized testing, that's not going to happen for the 2019-2020 school year. Now, I suspect it will come back into play in 2020-2021. And I know that the Oklahoma State Board of Education had asked for a waiver because the students were not getting all the time in the classroom that they were going to need to be able to, pass the standardized tests and look good for their schools and things. So that was an announcement yesterday from President Trump's press conference. No standardized testing for schools across the board in the country. I have a very good friend, one of my best friends in the entire world, hands down, and she's been a friend for 40 years now. How old does that make us? Anyway, but she lives in Oklahoma, teaches in Texas. She still has so many things going on because, with what we're able to do right now, talk over the internet. And so even through, Skype calls and more, and some of the different things they have going on with Google, they're able to talk to one another with their Texas teachers and trying to get things together for students when we come back. When that happens, will it happen even this year? They don't know. Teachers need to be ready for these things. So I'm glad for her and for all the rest of them that the standardized tests, are not going to have to come into play there. That's a good thing. All right. Also, student loans. Student loans are going to be interest-free for at least 60 days. If you have not heard this and you have student loans, they're going to be interest-free for the next 60 days and possibly longer. They'll look at it there. And also tax day. It's funny. I got my taxes done early this year. This is probably the earliest I have ever gotten my taxes done, ever. And there's going to be an extension. Tax day has been moved from April 15th to July 15th. So if you are getting your taxes together still, then you've got time. You definitely have time. But also, it's one of those things you don't have to wait that long if you have a refund coming or there are different things going on. And by the way, I've used hand sanitizer all day long, and I still, if you have a refund going, you still can file early. And I did file early. So that's just something to keep in mind. All right, a couple more things. Visited with Chris from Walmart today. And he just, main thing, reminding folks the Walmart hours are 7 a.m. to 8:30 p.m. That's what the temporary Walmart hours are, 7 a.m. to 8:30 p.m. Some of you know that it's 7 a.m. I saw the pictures of folks that were out there at 6:50 and before, so that's what the hours are. But just for the general, throwing that out there, 7 a.m. to 8:30 p.m. I heard a story today, by the way, when someone had let me know, and again, it helps restore some of the faith in people, humans as a whole. And there was a gentleman in Walmart who had gotten there early, and he had 2 rolls of toilet paper, or 2 packages of toilet paper. Well, they're limiting everything to 1. So someone in authority at Walmart had, just kindly let the gentleman know. He said, look, you can only have 1 package of toilet paper. That's all you can purchase here now. And the gentleman said, oh, no, I'm not getting 2 for me. I understand that. He wasn't going to check out yet. He just had them in the store. He got 2 rolls of toilet paper. He didn't even need them for himself. He was watching and he was waiting to see, as some folks who had come in that may not have been early enough in the line to get the toilet paper, he watched and he looked for maybe some senior citizens who didn't have the package of toilet paper, and he gave 1 to 2 different folks. How cool is that? Just taking some, making sure you take care of the people in our community that need that. And from the very word go, it's been nice that there have been a large number of people that are not trying to get 10 packages of toilet paper for 3 people in a household. So for all of you folks that are doing it the right way, thank you very much. If you have not done it the right way yet, and you're listening to me right now, you know what? It's always time to do something better tomorrow. So That's just throwing that out there. Oh, okay. One more thing I wanted to show you, and this is local stuff from Janet Reed and the folks at the Durant Chamber of Commerce. Let's look here. This is pretty cool. See if I can share this. Yeah, there we go. How about sharing the small business support bingo? Small business bingo. Now I'm going to see if I can bring this up here and look at this. Maybe get it a little bit larger. Can we make it a little larger there? There we go. There we go. All right. So bingo for small business support. How many of these things, and a number of these things you can do without leaving your house. You don't have to go anywhere to do this. Now, obviously, some of these things you do have to do. Share a local business or a local business social media post. Obviously, you don't have to leave your house for that. Write 3 positive Facebook reviews. Don't have to leave your house for that. These are ways that you can promote local businesses in the Durant area and the Bryan County area. Now, obviously, this one right here, taking a selfie at a downtown mural, obviously you have to leave the house for that. I like this one. Tell a grocery clerk they are appreciated. Now, that doesn't take much at all. It does take leaving the house, but it doesn't take much at all to be able to tell somebody that they are appreciated. When you get back out and we get to stop back in and we dine in at places, leave a generous tip. That would be really cool. Shop small online. There's a cool one. Shop small online. That's a good way to go. There are a number of businesses right here in Bryan County that have an online presence, and they can make sure that you get the things that you need and want online. So that what a blessing that can be. How cool is that? So, and I think, well, let's go ahead and bring this back up here. If you complete the bingo, email proof, screenshots, and photos along with your completed bingo card to manager@durantchamber.org, manager@durantchamber.org, and you'll be entered into a drawing for a $50 gift card to a chamber member restaurant. And there are so many cool restaurants that are in the Durant area chamber. Deadline is April 17th. We have time. There's lots of time. So, you don't have to be in a hurry, but it's still something cool to be a part of. How neat is that? So props to Janet and everyone at the Durant Chamber of Commerce for doing that and being a part of it. I like that. All right. So we're wrapping up our time here. Talked about the bingo card. Oh, we passed the Bryan County Patriot Facebook page, passed 1,800 likes today. Thank you so much. I know it's a smaller number for some folks and some businesses, but I just want to tell you how grateful I am. I really appreciate that. I don't take those things lightly. I'm so thankful that there folks that you're watching right now, and some more of you that are going to be watching a little bit later on. You come back and you watch the replay of this. And I do encourage you to subscribe to the YouTube channels. Now, I was talking about this for the MidwestSports.net YouTube channel. If you haven't subscribed yet, please do. And again, screenshot that and your name and go ahead and shoot me an email. Forgot to give the email. How about this? There we go. Email. That's the email for the Bryan County Patriot. I just want to say thank you. The page has grown. The Facebook page has grown. The website has grown. And that is because there's so many good folks out there that are reading the stories and just being a part of it. So we're still going to keep on trying to tell positive stories and do those things for the community. So thanks for watching tonight. And yes, Sierra, to go to your comment, and I'm going to throw this out here anyway, just to comment from Sierra Haney talking about the standardized tests. I hope this shows that we don't need these tests, that they can learn with having to be taught to take tests. That's a really good point. We don't all learn, by the way, on the same pace. We don't. It's very important. I was one of those studious types. Okay. I went to Southeastern with a full academic scholarship. That's what I do. And yes, that's the kind of person I am. I know, freak. I enjoy taking the test, but not everyone does. My wife is totally different. She doesn't like that. And she's a very smart woman. Mrs. Bryan County Patriot. Are you kidding me? She's incredibly smart. But she's smart in things that are different than I am. And God made us all different. So you're right. Throw out Susan really quickly. Susan, I like the bingo thing too. I think this is so cool. And you're one of those people that's always, you have such a kind heart and a giving heart. So you want to make sure everybody is supported and loved. So this is a cool way to do that. really cool way to do that. All right. We have gone through everything tonight. I want to say thanks to Brent Gordon for being on the broadcast with me. Thank you for watching. It's been, nearly half an hour now. Thanks for watching close to 10 o'clock. We're almost to that 10 o'clock hour. And thanks again to all the folks that volunteered for the Asian Gourmet meal thing today. Oh, yeah, there went my pen. I don't have anything to hold on to. I don't know what to do with my hands. Thanks to everyone for being a part of that. Look, be wise. Oh, tomorrow's Sunday. So many churches are streaming their services. We need to honor the gathering limit of 10 or less than 10. I believe that means 9 or less. Honor that, people. Most of you, and I would dare say, have a Bible in your house. If you haven't ever had a time of prayer in your house, man, this is a really cool time to start. And if you have to watch a church service, you want to watch a church service. I didn't mean that like that. If you want to watch a church service, church services are streaming. So many of the local churches have streaming services as well. So keep that in mind. Be wise, use discretion, and do not walk in fear. I really do believe this thing is we're going to get through this thing more quickly than what many of the experts have said. I really do believe that. Does that mean I'm denying there's something out there? Are you kidding? No. But I really do believe that we're going to get through this thing more quickly than what these experts say. So be wise, use discretion, and do not walk in fear. Thanks for watching the Bryan County Patriot tonight. The BCP Live. I'm Joey McWilliams. God bless you. Have a great night.